All right, Koa Falk, and we are going to be talking about supply and shortage today. And so, what happens is in a general market, we have a demand for a product and we also have the supply for a product. And there's something called the equilibrium point, which is right here where the supply meets the demand. And pretty much what that's saying is at this point, the demand and the supply, that's where they're going to sell the best. And so at this point, pretty much all the products you make are going to sell, and that's where the market is the most stable. But what happens in some cases is, let's say you go ahead and you raise the price on something like this. So what's going to happen is as you adjust that price, that's going to go ahead and that's going to change how much the demand and the supply are, and that's going to give us what's called either a shortage or a surplus, depending on how this works. Let me show you just real quick. So let's say the price goes up a little bit. What that's going to do is it's going to change where that point is at. And so when something becomes more expensive and the price goes up, what's going to happen is consumers are going to look at that and say, okay, well, we don't want to buy as many of those. And so that's going to create what we call a surplus of product, where we've made product, but we haven't been able to sell it because it's above the equilibrium point and consumers aren't willing to pay that much for it. The reverse effect is you have a shortage, where let's say you have a low price, so you're not charging as much as you could be, but what this does is it's going to go ahead and leave you missing out on some of the price there and some of the money that could be made. So eventually what the person selling this product is going to do is realize, hey, we've sold all these products, we potentially could have sold more, but since there's only a certain demand and supply based on that rule, what they're going to go ahead and do is eventually raise their price to that equilibrium point. The general rule of thumb is those two are always going to eventually even out, because that's where the market's most stable. And in summary, if the price is too high, you're going to have a surplus of products because people aren't going to want to buy as many. If the price is too low, then you're missing out on money because you don't have enough to sell, and that price is going to move back up to the equilibrium point.